All right, y'all. Welcome back to the spot, DINGS&COS Radio. I just realized people on Facebook are watching us, and we're like, hello. But that was some brand new Mike Skillz song called "Stay Down." Let us know how y'all feeling that one, man. That's off his brand new project. So make sure y'all go holler at Mike Skillz and find out where you can hear it. I'm almost positive it's on SoundCloud, Spotify, all that stuff. So shout out to our boy Mike Skillz for that one. And of course, you know what that means. You can start requesting it for the Sunday Night Live mix. And when Ding starts going live on Wednesdays, you can request that night as well. So, yeah.
But any of the music we've played,
Any
right?
of the music that we've been playing with the exception of the Freestyle Fridays.
Okay.
But any music that we've played, so this new song from Jelie, definitely you can request that. And you could definitely request the brand new Mike Skillz that we just played. All right, y'all. So our boy Natty Neen is up in the Springer chat, and we were going to talk about this. Thank you for the reminder, Natty Neen. Breaking news that did happen today that TMZ reported is Miami rapper Rick Ross. He is actually not doing so good. He's in a Miami hospital pretty much on life support right now, guys. He's got machines helping him breathe. He's got machines helping his heartbeat. People are reporting that it had something to do with like some sort of cardiac arrest. Too many lemon pepper wings, man.
Right.
It is what it is. It's not funny, but I'm just saying, like.
Doesn't he own a lot of wing?
Yeah, he owns like a bunch of chains of Wingstop.
Yeah, he does.
He does. No, seriously, he does.
He does. And I don't think this is the first time he's been hospitalized.
Don't get high on your own supply, Rick Ross. Like,
right.
Stop going to Wingstop.
Any drug.
It's fucking scary because I have a bag from Wingstop from last night. Like, I was just at Wingstop, and now I'm like, I don't want to be in the hospital like that.
You're probably not eating it as much as he is. Hopefully not.
Get that celery and keratin in between,
Get
bro.
your cardio going. You know what I'm saying? Burn some calories in bed. I don't know. You know
I'm
what
a
I'm saying?
I'm such an asshole. Nah, man, but for real. So, yeah, we'll keep you guys posted as we find out about it. But Rick Ross not doing so
you said
good.
a heart attack?
Cardio.
The reports are saying it has something to do with a cardiac arrest. And right now he is on machines helping him breathe. So hopefully he pulls through.
Ross,
yeah. Hopefully Mr. Rose pulls through. And
weren't you saying he was sick one time before?
Yeah, so this has happened to him before. He has gone to a hospital.
On life support too before?
No, not this serious.
Like a cardiac thing, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, he's had some issues before.
I thought he lost a gang of weight too.
Right.
Well, he has too. He did lose a bunch of weight, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're healthy.
True that.
So hopefully Rick Ross will pull through, and this won't be a sad story that we'll be reporting next week. So shout out to Rick Ross and his family for that one. All right, y'all. So
Biggie Smalls.
Biggie Smalls is the illest, and Tupac, some people say, is the greatest. But
he the GOAT, man.
Right.
Yeah, he the GOAT.
You think so too?
Yes, I think so too.
Well, that's debatable, but that's not what we're going to talk about tonight.
Because even in the documentary, Biggie's like, I just want to be like you, Pac.
There's a possibility.
Right.
So everybody want to be like Pac, man.
Definitely.
But yeah, so the show aired on Tuesday. It's on USA. It looks like it's at least a 2 or 3 part series. And it's not really about them as rappers and their career, but more about their murders and the detectives that are trying to solve it. So the premise of the show is basically following LAPD detectives that are going back and reopening the case. And what I'm
10 years after, right?
Right, 10 years after the murders. But they also do flashback scenes of the original detectives that were on the case. And maybe, they're hinting, at least from the first episode, from what I could tell, is they're hinting that it is some sort of conspiracy or that LAPD is somewhat trying to cover this up because they are tied to it.
Right.
Now, both me and you, Ding, all 3 of us watched it, correct?
Right.
Dings, what did you think of it? First initial...
Well, at first I was kind of confused because they were, investigating, was it someone that murdered a cop
that died?
Right, so the
very
first...
that died or a cop that shot somebody?
Well, the opening
Both
scene
cops.
is 2 undercover cops.
Right.
Neither of them know they're undercover cops. They end up shooting each other.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the cops die.
That was driving Suge wife's car, correct?
Right. So the black...
he was fucking Suge Knight's wife.
Correct.
Yes.
But he was a cop.
Yes.
Correct.
So he was supposed to be affiliated with
The
Suge
Bloods.
somehow.
The Bloods.
Well, that's what the
detective thought.
That's what the detectives
and
are trying to get at.
that's what made him reopen the case?
No.
They're just...
They're just kind of saying some things that have happened.
Right. It was a flashback scene to where the original detectives were first on that case.
It's the first
Right.
thing that they dealt with.
Oh, okay.
And then they got moved from that case to the Biggie case.
It took a lot of time to
Yeah.
explain that. Like,
A little bit.
who cares? We don't care what case you were on before.
Well, hold on though.
But it might
because
tie together.
what I'm
because-
thinking is
Yeah.
the cop, the black cop that got killed, the undercover cop,
Yeah.
that's going to turn around. That's going to get tied into later in the show where they're saying this was an LAPD officer
Yeah.
that possibly was working under the table for Suge Knight.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe he had something to do with Biggie's murder.
And if he could do it, other cops could be undercover working for him too, you know.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
But-
I was
so you were a little
I was
confused at first.
confused on
Okay.
the opening scene.
I
like,
do agree. I had to watch it
Okay,
twice.
I see the connection between Suge and the cop, but then I was like, all right, I don't know. Here we go. So didn't catch me in the first 5 minutes.
Right.
Right.
What did you guys think about? Oh, Vida, what did you think from the kind of
I had
first
to watch
initial?
it twice to really understand. They went into a lot of detail that like I didn't know if it was really necessary. And then going back, it was like, okay, today, and then it was like backflash, and then it was like, it was just a little confusing for
Well,
me.
they're advertising like 20 years later, but then it
Right.
was placed 10 years
1993,
after.
and then
Right.
it just kept going
Yeah,
back
I
and
was-
forth,
yeah,
and
thought
I
it
was
confusing too.
So I watched the second time,
Yeah.
and when I watched it the second time, it made sense to
Okay.
me. I don't really agree with them playing with guns in the water, though. There was
Yeah,
some
that was kinda
scenes that was
goofy.
like corny, and then it was just like, get to the story, buddy. You know what I mean?
Like they were trying to like portray that Pac and Big were friends, like they're homies.
Well, I mean, they were somewhat of friends or
Friends.
acquaintances in the beginning.
yeah,
Right.
But yeah, they did try to make it seem like these guys was like for real homeboys and like kicked it a lot.
yeah.
The scenes with both of them were a little odd for me too. The only I'm a super stickler about things like this. And the first thing that I noticed right off the bat was the first scene of Biggie, waiting in LA, and the first time he met Pac, pulling up because his friend hooked it up.
Yeah.
He was wearing, what he has worn in popular pictures. of
Right,
Biggie.
right.
So I feel like they're like, yo, you're gonna dress like
This
how
because
he dresses in these pictures, not
Pictures.
necessarily
on his
how-
everyday life,
right. Like, so they have Biggie.
but maybe that's what he dressed like that day.
For a picture.
He was like, "Hey, that's Big, right? He's
I
gonna
just-
wear a sweatshirt in LA."
Well, why the
I feel
same
like
one?
they took iconic pictures of Biggie
Yes,
and
definitely.
it just duplicated it for scenes of the show.
made it
just
corny.
kind of goofy to me.
right.
Like I
I
just
can
don't.
see how it's corny.
I don't
yeah.
see Big wearing like a heavy ass bright Coogee sweater to hang out at Pac's house.
Dog, we've seen pictures of all of it, like even him in like a fucking leather vest and shit. You
True.
know, like we all seen Big in those sweatshirts.
But see, early Big was
Yeah.
looking like a dude straight off the streets. Later
Right.
on is when we saw Big in the Coogee and the matching cap and jacket and the whole nine. But in the
Kango
early
hat
Big
stuff.
pictures, if you really
It's like,
follow
I
it,
mean, we're like,
he's
we're
looking
talking
straight
about
off
like
the
a
street.
5-year span, right?
but that's what I'm saying. The scene that they
Yeah.
had, they made it seem like this was the first time Biggie and Pac ever met each other.
Introduced, yeah.
He
you're
got
saying, hey,
invited
wait,
to
he
Pac's
wasn't-
house.
He wasn't.
I just feel like, Big wasn't at the Coogee level yet then.
Right.
Because
He was
in the scene
average.
before that, Pac was saying, yo, I dig your song, Party and Bullshit. Well, that song got released before Ready to Die ever even hit the store. So this
Stores.
Well, it
was
was on
before.
Ready to Die.
Right, but that
Right.
was
Yeah.
before Ready to Die hit and Biggie kind of blew up and started getting money.
Yes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So I took it as, the album already dropped.
Okay.
Right? Big dropped Ready to Die, and him and Pac were linking up.
Right.
That's how I took the timeline as.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're saying no, the timeline didn't match up.
It didn't for me just based off of how they had Biggie dressed. I just felt like they took iconic pictures of Biggie.
But that's what I'm saying. If
and
he already
just-
dropped Ready to Die, then yeah, he was in those sweatshirts, man. He was in the Gucci shades.
Right.
He was making money, and of course, he could afford to go to LA to fly
Sure.
to do
True.
a show out there with Pac. So I guess other than the clothes were a little corny. I thought the timeline was on.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, maybe I got confused. I just, when I saw it, it felt like Biggie and Pac just for the first time were meeting.
Yeah.
Pac asked him, hey, do you want to come to the house?
Yeah.
And they were at the house and they were freestyling. And that was really like the first time that they had ever really got to meet one-on-one and kick it.
Right.
And so I don't know, they
I mean,
didn't clarify it.
I did see. I guess I felt that way too. Like that was kind of one of the first times
Right.
had,
They ever
like,
met.
kicked it. Not maybe met, but kicked it. But then Pac was saying something about, hey, I'm in this movie, yada yada, right?
Right.
So that's why I thought the timelines matched up, because he's like, okay, I love your song, Party and Bullshit. I was playing it on the set of, and I forget what movie he dropped.
Yeah, I don't know.
He dropped.
I'm not sure. It either might have been Above the Rim. No, because that was later on in his career.
That was a Death Row soundtrack.
Poetic
I'm thinking it
Justice?
was Juicy.
Yeah.
Oh, Juicy,
Or
yes.
Juice.
Juice.
Maybe so. So he's like, hey, I was playing your song on the set of whatever. So
Right.
Pac was just a little bit ahead of Big. And so that's why I'm like, okay, it does make sense.
I'm saying they could have picked
But the
someone
clothes
a
were
lot
funny, okay.
cuter for Tupac. Some of the actors were just, I mean,
a
Tupac
little
was
bit
pretty.
of overacting right there. Huh?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just like, he was pretty fly, and they didn't pick a fly guy to play his role.
All right.
You know?
The
But it
ladies
is
love Pac.
USA.
Yeah,
It's,
that's true. It's the network television.
But you
right.
thought you were going to see the Pac in the movie and the Biggie in the movie, right?
Maybe.
I don't know if I thought that, but I thought maybe they would get closer
A little.
guys.
Yes, definitely. That always
Yeah.
throws me off when they throw, kind of like Tupac wasn't chunky in the face. He was, kind of cute,
Yeah, he was a
so
little guy.
I kind of was like disappointed in the actors.
After watching the first episode, are you guys excited for the second one? Do you guys
Definitely.
want to watch the second one?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess so.
Would you watch it if we weren't talking about it?
Yeah, just because it's hip hop, man.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay.
And like I said, Pac's one of my favorite artists of all time.
Right.
So is Biggie. So it's
This-
like we all kind of figured Biggie's murder was connected to Pac's.
Right.
We don't really know about Pac, I guess, per se,
Right.
who set that up. But I think everyone kind of figured that Biggie's was a retaliation, of Pac's murder. So
Okay.
I think it's interesting, man. You want to hear all sides of it. So just being a hip hop head, it's like, yeah, I'm ready to watch it, man.
I just really like how they're pulling out a lot of the old, movie, like they're redoing the movies, NWA, they're doing, how they're bringing that back. They made a TLC movie, they made a Michelle, like they're just bringing all this, like it's hip hop, and we need to be in the light of what happened and what's going on. I like it a lot.
I mean, I don't know. I seen this, 15 years ago. Like, hey, hip hop ain't going nowhere. Like,
Right.
in 15 years, they gonna be making movies about all this, and sure enough, it's happening. So,
But
I know
they
it's-
shut hip hop down. I think a lot of
yeah.
times they're
Yeah.
like, let's not talk about this. Let's,
We've talked about this before, but we never had it when you were on the show. After seeing, Straight Outta Compton, after seeing the Notorious movie, after seeing All Eyes on Me with Pac movie, who do you want them to make a major motion picture about next?
Oh,
as far as hip hop
wow.
artists go?
Someone in hip hop.
Who do you
Hip-hop
think?
artist?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like,
a
who do you
female
think-
artist.
Who do you think deserves the next, biography or, whatever?
Oh,
Wow.
Right off the top of my head, you think of like who passed away, right?
Sure.
And it's like Big Al, rest in peace.
Okay.
So I'd like to see like something like.
But
a
do you
Big
think
Al.
he has enough like commercial pull to put as on a major motion
commercial
picture?
pull?
That's what I'm saying. Like a
No,
movie
just
like
like
Straight
if
Outta
you just want to
Compton.
know what I, would like to
Okay.
see, it'd probably be a Big Al piece or something
Okay,
like that.
okay.
Yeah, because I'd love to know way more about Big Al.
Right.
Yeah.
Huh.
Vito, what do you think? Who do you think they should do a movie with? Should it be a girl group like a Salt and Pepper? Or something like that? Or
Maybe like a Whitney Houston. Maybe not really hip hop. Maybe R&B.
Okay. I
That's-
think they have a couple Lifetime movies about her and Bobby
Whitney's-
Brown. 'Cause
yeah.
I was watching one the other day. And I was like, damn, her and Bobby were fucking nuts.
Crazy. Oh, I don't know. Let me think about this. Somebody in hip hop.
Like even maybe your favorite hip hop artist.
I would say Little Kim.
Okay.
That'd be a good one.
Sure.
Just
And still be
because.
connected to Biggie a little
Yes,
bit.
Right.
yes,
True. That's true.
definitely. She had a different point of view. It's just
Yeah.
crazy how they forget these women. They didn't bring up Little Kim, or they didn't bring up
Ooh,
Not
maybe it's
yet.
coming. Maybe it's
Yeah,
to
maybe
come.
it's coming. Maybe that's
Faith
something-
Evans. Like
But they're bringing up more. I think that what they're focusing on the show is
their death.
just their
Motives.
deaths, not necessarily their careers and who was involved
Right,
and
right.
how they impacted hip hop, but their deaths and how still 20 years later these two major stars both killed in major cities with hella people around. And these murders are still unsolved. And is it because it's a cover up? Is it because it's a conspiracy in the LAPD or the Las Vegas PD or, even bigger people were involved? Was it a professional
Definitely.
hit or was it just a drive by?
I did think it was interesting too. They said something about a white SUV or something.
Right.
Was involved.
Yeah.
And they stopped traffic and